Five quotes here from Srila Prabhupada from different purports and lectures that was recorded many years ago. I'm going to pick like three or four of them. Then we'll try to expand, and at the same time, we will read also from what our Guru Maharaj says about determination, and then also from my lectures. So put it down, put it down, put it down. Too many things there. hmm. Lecture on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 1, Text 15 in Honolulu, Hawaii, May 21, 1976. Prabhupada says, determination means we must be very steady in devotion. Determination means we must be very steady that I must execute Krishna consciousness. Nothing can check me. So, yes, determination means we have to do what is needed, and I want to achieve a certain goal. Now, my goal is to go back home, back to Godhead. The materialist goal is to have a big bank account, big house, very affluent family members, and so on. But this is not so. It is not possible to become satisfied in the material world. We can only be satisfied if we focus on our spiritual aspect of life, because we are spirit souls, and we're meant to be with Krishna. So I must execute Krishna consciousness in such a way that I will do anything and everything to become successful. It's like the materialists, they will do anything and everything to become successful materially, but it is not possible. Prabhupada gave an example. It's like fish trying to swim in the land. So it's not possible to swim in the land. One must go and go back to the water. If one is a fish, of course. So, similarly, for the devotees, our goal is to get out of this material world as soon as possible. I must execute everything that the spiritual master has told me to do, everything that the previous acharyas says, and what Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and other Vedic literature. There is a process that is called abhideya. In the spiritual subject matters, there are three tattvas: sambandha, abhideya, and prayojana. That tattva means truth that one must understand. First, sambandha. I'm not this material body, I'm spirit soul. Krishna is God. I am his servant. I have an eternal relationship with him. And the process whereby I can revive my eternal relationship with him is through bhakti. Bhakti means engaging the senses and the mind and the intelligence, and understanding that I'm servant of a servant of a servant, Gopi Bartu Padakamalayor Dasha 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 Anudasa. So yes, if we understand that we're not the body, Krishna is God, and my goal is to revive my original Krishna consciousness, therefore I have to follow a certain process in the beginning called sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti means following rules and regulations called Vaidhi, getting up early in the morning, performing Mangalarti, yes, chant our rounds. As Prabhupada says, anyone who is serious to make advancement in Krishna consciousness, then he should chant minimum 16 rounds, follow the four regulatory principles of no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex, huh? No meat eating, yes, is there also. Of all those four, the most easiest to do is no meat eating. Other is a little difficult. Oh yeah, no gambling, no Lotto 649. That's easy also. No STL, no wedding, or no high ally, or what do you call it, scatters, or yes, gambling in your cell phone. That is very addictive. No, why we don't do gambling? Because it's speculation. So no meat eating, no eggs, fish, uh, no intoxication means no coffee. Hare Krishna. Who drinks barakong kape here? No, it's not good also. And no illicit sex. That means sex outside of the marriage. And if there's sex within the marriage, then it's only for begetting a child to be Krishna conscious. Yes, that is very, very important. Um, and then chant 16 rounds minimum every day. However, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, you don't need to be initiated, but we take initiation so that to minimize our offenses, to monitor whether we are making advancement by omitting the offenses while chanting the holy name of the Lord. And then, when we become advanced, then it becomes Raganuga, part of sadhana bhakti, Raganuga bhakti. And then that is spontaneous. And then we become attached. Hmm? We become steady first. This is a science. Bhakti yoga is a science. First, by faith, then by associating with the devotees, sadhu sangha, then bhajana kriya, we perform bhakti under the guidance of the advanced devotees or the spiritual master. Then we cleanse our hearts from the anarthas, nartha nibriti, lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. And then we become fixed, nista. We become fixed. In the beginning, also is Shraddha, but that Shraddha can be swayed. It's very fragile, especially if we don't read Srila Prabhupada's books and the books from the previous acharyas. So then after that, we gain ruchi, we gain taste for chanting. One will, one may say, "Oh, Maharaj, I've been chanting for like 5 years, 10 years, and I don't still have taste for chanting because of inattentiveness and yes, committing offenses while chanting." So after that, there is Ashakti. After the taste, after ruchi, there's ashakti. That means complete attachment. Very difficult to sway now, really. And then after ashakti, then there is bhav. One starts to develop love for Krishna. The love for Krishna is inert within everyone's heart. Like Prabhupada gave an example of the Arani wood. Arani wood, if you strike, rub each other, then fire will come. So, love for Krishna is within our heart, but right now it is covered up because of our identification or identifying with this body as the self. So, I must be determined to execute Krishna consciousness because that is the only way how I can be fully happy, eternally, full of knowledge, and yes, life. Full of bliss, eternal life, and knowledge. This is the spiritual world. In the material world, it's full of miseries, full of ignorance, and life is temporary. Yes, nirananda. That means no happiness here. Um, Life is temporary and is full of miseries. In the spiritual world, this is the original home of every living entities, and therefore over there it's the three qualities of Sambit, Sandini, and Vladini, full of knowledge, eternal life, and full of happiness. So we have to be steady. Ah, we have to be steady. It's like you must have heard that story of the race between the rabbit and the turtle. Yeah, the rabbit is very fast, but keep on stopping, keep on diverting. But the turtle or pagong, very slow, but steady. Uh, Slowly but surely wins the race. In bhakti, it is not how we start, it is how we finish. One may say, "Oh Maharaj, I started late in my life." Good thing we have Nalu and these boys still young. They've been trained by their parents how to become strong in Krishna consciousness. But we did not start at that age. Some may say, "Oh Maharaj, it's too late for me." No, nothing is too late in Krishna consciousness. It's like there is one elderly lady during the early preaching of Srila Prabhupada in New York. So Prabhupada was giving classes, Bhagavad Gita classes, in the yoga studio of Dr. Mishra. So there was an elderly lady. She was very, very eager, enthusiastic to understand more and more about bhakti. So she was feeling sorry. She told to Prabhupada, "Swamiji, why did you come late? We could have come earlier when we're still young. Now we're already old. Why you came late?" Prabhupada says, "I came late because you are late." That means we come to Krishna consciousness only at a particular time, exact time. Before, we're just completely covered up by the illusory energy, and because of the Paramatma hearing our sincerity, whatever that may be, we become, uh, we get the direction from the Paramatma. So, in this way, we were led into the process of Krishna consciousness has been established by Srila Prabhupada for the benefit of everyone. Prabhupada was in the Philippines and he told Burijan Prabhu, he says, I have a desire to save the entire universe, not just Philippines or the entire world. He has a desire to save the entire universe. So we should follow and execute Krishna consciousness steady. Hmm. This is the secret of success in Krishna consciousness, being consistent. Not that, oh yes, I've heard the other day, oh Maharaj, how come sometimes I'm so enthusiastic and sometimes I'm down? Does happen to you, all of you? Huh?
Yes.
Up and down like a roller coaster or like a Ferris wheel in Periahan? You gotta go up and down, up and down. Why? Because you're not steady. No wonder why. So if you think that, oh, everything is easy, I can just wait for the mercy of the Lord and I don't have to push myself, I don't have to perform any austerity. And the greatest austerity in Kali Yuga is the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Be steady, especially if you wish to make progress. Okay, in the beginning, you may not chant 16 rounds, but at least you can take a vow, especially now, New Year is coming. Ang bagong taon ay magbagong buhay. No? That's just like, something like that.
Lumigaya ang ating
At lumigaya ang ating buhay. But no, everything is a new year for us. You don't have to wait for the new year to take the vow. Yeah, New Year's what? Resolution? No, New Year's resolution is every day. Don't wait till the midnight of January, what? December 31. No, 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 don't. And then once the quitters go and once the once all of the fireworks done. Okay, today I'm gonna be serious now. No, you can do it anytime, any moment to execute Krishna consciousness, and nothing should be able to check you. Um, have to be steady. Okay, let me see. Oh, determination, Prabhupada says in the lecture on Nectar of Devotion, Vrindavan, November 5, 1972. Determination means even if there are so many allurements, temptations, still we must be fixed in Krishna consciousness. What is the Tagalog for allurements? Huh? Allurements? How about temptations? What's Tagalog? Tukso. What are those tukso? Because of our previous samskars, that means what we experienced from before coming to Krishna consciousness, it may not be very, very nice. It may not be very, very satisfactory, full of bad habits, especially with our so-called friends in this world. The devotee, they don't have real friends except the devotees themselves. Okay, we may have devotee friends, but we also may have non-devotee friends. But we should not be allured. We should not be captured again by their association. We should give our association to them. knowingly that they cannot help us. Even the worst karma is better than, what was that? Even the best karma is, oh, the worst devotee is better than the best karma. That's what I'm trying to say. What does that mean by worst devotee? Because in devotional service, devotees also, there are in different levels. Some are kanista, that means neophyte, beginners. Some are madhyam, middle, and some are also advanced. Hmm. May say Uttama platform. But the non-devotees, they don't have anything that we can learn from them. We can learn something, and but if we apply it in Krishna consciousness, learn something from them that we should not do. Yes, it doesn't matter how good a non-devotee is, but it's not the same. It is not good enough. Oh yes, Prabhupada says in this material world, everything is bad. Nothing is good because it's still under the modes of material nature, the goodness. Goodness in the material world is not good enough. We have to transgress that. We have to go beyond the mode of goodness. So, there are so many tukso, temptations, there's so many allurements. That means hikayat, 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 right? Allurements.
Hikayat means you encourage. Hikayat means encourage.
Encourage,
Hikayat.
yeah, they allure you. Material energy is hikayat. Hinihikayat ka. Alluring you. Alluring you means there is the conception that it is happiness, that it is good, but no, it is not. Maya is like this. You want an inch from Maya. Maya means illusion, but Maya will give you a mile. Sometimes we may say, oh, just one more Maya. No, don't be tempted by that. Because it's so difficult to return, so difficult to come back. Main thing is, even though we're struggling in spiritual life, everyone is struggling, whether one is in the material world or one is in the spiritual life. Everyone is struggling in the beginning. In the material world, you struggle in the beginning, in the middle, and the end, and you're still not satisfied. There is no permanent result. In the spiritual life, in the beginning, you struggle, but that struggle, there is some happiness because you understand and you acknowledge, and you will realize that you will also get the benefit of eternal life, full of knowledge and bliss. So before you bite, this is like apple, Adam and Eve, the temptation. Be very careful. Think twice. Think even three times. Because it's so difficult to come back. Prabhupada says it may take millions of lifetimes if one falls down. But of course, as long as we're always engaged in bhakti, then one is considered to be also a sadhu or a mahatma, provided that we will not repeat again. It's all right to make mistakes, but don't repeat it again and again and again. We may be forgiven first time, second time, third time, what happens after the fourth time? That means we're not sincere anymore. Hmm? So that's one of the conditioning of the living entities, conditioned souls. We have the tendency to commit mistake. We have senses imperfect. We have a tendency to be illusion, and we have a tendency to cheat. As long as we have this material body, we have these four tendencies. But when we come to Krishna consciousness, we become purified. When we become fixed in Krishna consciousness, because we are determined that all of these allurements and temptations, we should learn how to say no. Ayaw ko na. That's it. Been there, done that. Nothing I'm able to get, no benefit for me. It just my heart becomes heavy and heavy and heavy. So, yes, we should learn how to say no to Maya. This is the difference between the devotee and a non devotee. A non devotee, when Maya attacks, he says, okay, one more time, one more time. The devotee says, no, I promise I should not do it again. I already learned my lesson. That is determination. Uh, okay, lecture on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 25, Text 25, Mumbai, December 2, 1974. Maya cannot touch a person who is determined in Krishna consciousness. His determination is his protection. Again, we're talking about Maya. Prabhupada says this material body means sense enjoyment. We acquire different bodies, different forms, different eyes, different nose, different mouth, different ears, different physical form due to our desires from the past. Because this is the only way how we can fulfill the desires that we had from the past. So Prabhupada says also, make the best out of the bad bargain. Is there a bad bargain? This body is. Like ego, okay, okay. It's always bargain, right? 35 pesos only, everything. Before it was 150 pesos. So this body is a bad bargain because this body is full of miseries and suffering. No one is enjoying in this body. But again, Prabhupada says human form of life is meant for self-realization. So we have to make the best out of this bad bargain by engaging this body, the senses, the mind, intelligence, our very self in serving the Lord and the Vaishnavas. That is the best way what we can do. And Maya means Durga. You must have heard of Durga. Durga means very difficult to penetrate, very difficult to get out. So we are in the kingdom of Maya. Material world means kingdom of Maya. And Maya, or Durga Devi, she is a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. She wanted to make sure no one gets out of here. Everyone remains here in the material world, and everyone is in illusion. Illusion means to think that which is not. The Prabhupada gave an example, just like to think the rope to be a snake. But first, you have to also understand what is the snake and what is the rope. Then at nighttime, if you touch something like a rope and you don't see, you may mistaken that rope to be a snake. But you have to have first an idea what is a rope and what is a snake. So similarly, that's why the Bhagavad Gita is there, Shrimad Bhagavatam, books written by Srila Prabhupada for us to understand absolute knowledge. There are two types of knowledge, absolute and relative. Relative means mundane knowledge. It's like if you go to school, everyone went to school. I hope so. Or especially when one goes to university or college, you don't use the same textbooks that was used last year, isn't it? Huh? They're obsolete. You have a new textbook for this year, isn't it? It keep changing. Actually, it's not changing, but they just want to make money. They, they just reprint them and they say 2026 edition. But that was last year also. Maybe a little bit adding more and subtracting more. That is relative knowledge. Absolute knowledge talks about what is the spiritual world, what is the material world, who is Krishna, who are we, what is time, what is karma. So Maya is very difficult to overcome. What's that? Daivihisha gunamai mama maya duratyaya mam evai prapajante mayam itan tarantite. Daivi, this is also divine energy. It's like the electrical energy. An electrician can fix a freezer and he also can fix a heater. Same energy. So the material energy is the perverted reflection of the spiritual world, spiritual energy. Prabhupada gave an example again in the Bhagavad Gita, and Lord Krishna talks about that in the Bhagavad Gita, just like the tree, the reflection on the river bank, it's upside down. So Prabhupada says also, if we want to stay in the material world, no problem. We can stay here as long as we like. If we want to forget Krishna, Krishna also will make all the facilities to forget him. But that is not our eternal nature. Our eternal nature is that we have this relationship with the Supreme Lord. And we need to revive that. But in order to revive that, we have to convince Maya Devi, Durga Devi, that we are devotees. As soon as Maya Devi is convinced that, oh, he's a devotee, fully surrendered to Krishna, fully surrendered to the spiritual master, fully surrendered to the teachings of the Vaishnavas, then, okay, I cannot do anything. I will going to leave that person alone. Yes. Maya cannot touch a person who is determined in Krishna consciousness. And that determination is his protection. If we are 10% determined, don't expect 100% protection. We want 100% protection, right? Just like if one wants to buy life insurance, yeah? You want, okay, well, what do I get here? What benefit do I get here? So it depends on your premium. You get a certain amount of protection. When you get into an accident or let's say you die, you get the family will get the benefit. So if you only put 100 pesos, don't expect like millions and millions of pesos in return. And the real protection, Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvadharman parichaja mam ekam saranam vraja aham tvam sarva papibhyo mokshasami masuchaha. Just give up all your so-called religious activities. Hmm? Do not worry, I will protect you. Give them up. So that is the protection of Lord Krishna, that the devotee will never die. Physical body may perish, but the devotee after that continues on the service towards the Supreme Lord. That is protection. Protection doesn't mean that devotee will never die or will never get sick. You've heard some devotees getting sick, having toothache. No. The protection is that the devotee will continue on whatever or wherever he left off. Yeah. Okay, so let me read something here. We only read three, three lectures. Okay, from His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Determination is very necessary for spiritual advancement. And even if there are difficulties which are bound to happen, do not withdraw from devotional service. Always maintain a humble attitude and be ready to offer respect to others. This way you will never go wrong. Mm. It is very necessary. And Maharaj quoted the verse from the third sloka of the Siksastakam, Trinadati Sunichena, Karoriva Saisana Amanena Manadena Kirtaniya Sudahari. One should maintain a humble attitude and be ready to offer respect to others. This is the formula how we can continuously chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. He says one time also that if one is humble, he will never be the loser. If one remains humble, he will never be the loser. What does it mean by being humble? Huh? What does it mean? You sit in the corner and you just go like this? Is that humble? No. Humility means if you are wrong, accept that you are wrong. Yeah? It's not that even if you're wrong, you said, no, no, no. Nothing is wrong. Everything is okay. Humility also, Prabhupada says, if you know something which is beneficial for everyone, then you come forward and tell everyone what is this that will benefit everyone. That is humility. Hmm. How about not expecting? Be ready to offer respect to everyone and not expecting any respect towards oneself. This can go also when we do service. We should be determined to do our service to the best of our ability because this is our main offering to Lord Krishna. If one is a book distributor, make the best as you can to remain humble and polite and distribute books as many as you can. And sometimes you may not be able to distribute even one single book in one day. But what counts is the effort. What counts is the intention, not the quantity of how many books that you distributed. If one is a pujari of the Lord, then he should be there, not trying to show, hey, I'm a pujari. You see, I'm so close to Krishna. No, in India, they have this misunderstanding that the pujari, they are the best devotees. Fine, you are close to Krishna, but what is your attitude towards your relationship to others? That is more important. Yes, Krishna says, those who says he's my devotee, he's not my devotee. But one who says he's a devotee of my devotee, then he is my devotee. So it should reflect our service to the Lord in how we relate to the devotees of the Supreme Lord. We should be polite, always kind, always compassion, always truthful, all of these things. These are the opulences. We're talking about that the other day in Laguna. Devotees, they have also opulences, even though they don't want anything from the Lord, but the Lord provides everything towards the devotees. And the opulences, especially one of them that Lord Krishna gives, is that He purifies the heart of the devotee, that He will manifest all the good qualities of a devotee. Mentions in Chaitanya Charitamrita, 26 qualities of a pure devotee. Yes. Without determination, it is not possible to succeed in the spiritual path. There are so many obstacles that one has to face, and the biggest obstacle is not very far. What is the biggest obstacle? The mind. The mind. We don't see the mind. Can you feel the mind? You can sense the mind. The mind is the repository of our past. The mind is the connection between the soul and the material objects. The mind makes plans all the time, trying to calculate what's going to happen. What's in it for me? What do I get from this? If I do this, what shall I get? If I don't do that, what shall I get also? Making always plan how I can be comfortable. Making plans how my friends will be happy, my family will be happy. Thinking and willing, pushing and rejecting, accepting and rejecting, pulling and pushing. This is the mind. As the Bhagavad Gita says, the mind can be our best friend and it can be our worst enemy. If the mind tells us nothing in relation to Krishna, discard immediately in anything that we deal. Uh, we may have long-term goals, but if it has something to do with Krishna, I should proceed. I should be determined to achieve that. If I don't have anything, if the mind is thinking not in relation to Krishna, forget that. I should not follow that. I will be in trouble. The mind has been my troublemaker for many, many lifetimes. Now I should know what to do. The mind is constantly presenting a variety of obstacles in spiritual advancement. The mind is currently running in so many different directions, and an expert transcendentalist must be able to counter or control the wanderings of the mind. When one controls the wanderings of the mind, then one can succeed on this spiritual path. So we want success in spiritual life. It's like an Olympic player, like Olympic swimmer. He will practice and practice and practice, and when the day comes of the competition, he wants to be numero uno, number one. And if he get into the second place, it's considered to be a failure. Then he will practice for the next 4 years again, the next Olympic Games. Yeah? We should be like this. We should not accept failures. Failures may come, but then we may slip. We may slip and fall into the ground, but lift ourselves up. Or if others who are our friends can see that we need help and they're ready to help, accept their help, let them also be given a chance to give their help towards us. And along with that, your willpower. You have to have strong willpower to win over the material energy, to be victorious, and not to take birth again in this material world. But you have to control the mind. Okay, let me see what I said here. Srila Prabhupada says that the person in Krishna consciousness is one who is fully determined to go back to Godhead. Determination is an intrinsic quality of the soul, and it is essential for anyone aspiring to go back home, back to Godhead. For a devotee, unwavering determination and conviction in serving the Supreme Lord are their very life and soul. Those situated in the highest level of bhakti will not move even an inch away from the Lord's service. It is their only occupation, their only joy. So this is the most painful also, to not able to keep continuing the service towards the Supreme Lord. For some other reasons, we may not be able to serve the Lord continuously. Health may be there. If one becomes sick, yeah, he may not be able to continue the service to the Lord, and he will miss this service. Oh. First, Prabhupada says, first, health, have ourselves become fit. Uh, Eat only to keep the body and the soul together. Don't overeat like a Govardhan Hill Prasadam. Who likes Govardhan Hill Prasadam? No, we should eat healthy wise. Not too much oily food stuff. Not too much rich prasadam. Or no protein or over protein. Someone was telling me if you don't eat, you're eating too much protein, sometimes you get problem with the kidney or the liver if you eat too much pakoras,
Fatty liver.
fatty liver, or if you eat too much halava, huh? Yeah, you may get so much sugar in your body. So yes, health first. Now that health is not just physical health, that is also spiritual health, which follows by sadhana. Sadhana. It cannot be overemphasized. Our spiritual master cannot overemphasize. Srila Prabhupada cannot overemphasize sadhana. Other institutions may say, oh, how come you ISKCON devotees always say Mangalartik, Mangalartik, Mangalartik? But we don't do that. We only chant 4 rounds. We don't have to come for Mangalartik as long as we're engaged in some service. No. Krishna will never accept our service if we don't chant our rounds. The main ingredient in all the things that we do in serving the Lord and His devotees is that our sadhana, our chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Yes, health first, then sadhana. That means morning program for the grihastas. Try to get up early also. You may not be as early as the brahmacharis or sannyasis who lives in the temple, but you should wake up before 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock actually is very late. Yes, Dr. Joe? Yes?
Should wake up 3 a.m.
Oh. No, at least 5 o'clock you start chanting or doing the Mangalarti because it takes half an hour before everything. Then by the time you do everything, 6 o'clock, right? So what time does it the sun rises in the Philippines? I think 6 o'clock, right? 6:30 or something. Now it's winter time. So winter time, not to sleeping too much. Summertime, maybe you can sleep a lot. No, don't sleep too much. If you snooze, you lose. So don't. No, don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. So health, sadhana, then seva. What service do I do? I don't stay in the temple. I'm a grihastha. I'm working. There's so many things you can do. You can invite your friends. Um, have a study, Bhagavad Gita study also. Regular study Bhagavad Gita. You can go on Prasadam distribution, Food for Life or Harinam. Weekly Harinam, it should be. Yes? Okay, I think I will stop here. Okay, I'm going to read you this. The power of steadiness. I mentioned this in one of the lectures. Our only hope is Krishna. Srila Prabhupada would say, do not give up. Be determined. If you are determined, Krishna will help. No one else can truly help us. Even our family members may give up on us. Prabhupada once remarked, don't rely on me. I may let you down. Rely on Krishna. He will never let you down. These words reflect his profound humility. In reality, as the pure representative of the Supreme Lord, Srila Prabhupada will never abandon us either. We must firmly convince of this process. Only then can we grow, advance, and assist others in Krishna consciousness. Without such conviction, our progress will be slow and we will be unable to truly inspire or help others. Okay, I'll stop here now. It's only one part of the message for the soul. Very nice book. Any other points or comments or questions? Any would like to say something? Want to say something? Ladies first. Okay, go ahead.
Why is there sufferings and misery in the material world?
So that we learn. The material world was created not because of the desire of Krishna. It's not Krishna's desire. It's like the parents. You don't want your children to suffer. Yeah? Do you? Of course not. But the children may say, I don't want to be with you, mama. I want to go by my own. I want to be exercising my independence. So the child would like to be happy, separate from the parents. But it is not possible to have that in the spiritual world. We cannot be separated from Krishna or God in the spiritual world because Krishna is always there. In the material world, he is also here, but in the indirectly as the material energy, Durga. So the material world was created because of the desire of some souls who wish to be happy separate from Krishna. But there is no happiness here. That is the, what you may say, the nature of this world. Dukalayam asasvatam. So this is a learning ground for us. Not until we realize that I cannot be happy in this world, I will not look for an answer whereby I can get out of this material world. So there comes now the devotees, the divine intervention. Paramatma, who is within our heart, as soon as you realize that I don't want to be here anymore, I want to get out. But what shall I do? So Paramatma will direct you to meet a devotee. And the devotee will tell you everything from the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. He will give you message for the soul. Then you'll understand. Yes, I better shape up. I better do what I need to do. Okay, what shall I do? Okay, follow the four regulative principles. Again, everything, this whole package. Mangalarti, chant Hare Krishna, associate with the devotees, do your puja, do some service, inquire from more advanced devotees, take shelter of the spiritual master who will connect you to Krishna, to Prabhupada, and then that's it. That is the beginning of your journey going back to Godhead. That is why. As we were going in Harinam, people are really lonely. People are really sad. I can see in their faces. They don't have any alternative. They're just there. They're just like old people, old men. You notice? Huh? They it's like, so at least they're hearing the holy name of the Lord. So maybe in the future lifetimes, when they become more and more serious to get out, just for them it's like useless. Is I, I I don't have anything. There's no answer, isn't it? We've seen a lot of old people, isn't it? So devotee, they feel pain when they see these personalities, these people. So their only hope is when they meet the devotees. And that's why it's good to have this Bhakti Briksha. But because there's so many of you now, I think it has to be divided. 20 is the most. Then you divide. Then you have many, many satellites. This could be the main mothership, right? And then you all connected through here. I mean, Caloocan is big, isn't it? Huh? Very populated. Manila is big. But how many Bhakti Briksha programs you have here? Two, three, four? I don't know. Yes, that's why. Yes, sir.
Alright, actually, thank you so much for that wonderful lecture. So you spoke about the determination.
Mhm.
So in line with determination, one factor that will increase our determination in practicing Krishna consciousness is reading books of Srila Prabhupada.
Yes.
Yes. And my question is, what advice should you give to devotees in order for us to be enthusiastically reading regularly the books of Srila Prabhupada?
Uh, See, it's like when we get up in the morning, we will not get up early if we don't have purpose. Like those who doesn't have any purpose in life, they always wanted to be sleeping or in the mode of ignorance. So if there is a need, if there is an urgency that we know that I have to do, then I will do all the necessary things to achieve that. So our goal is to go back home, back to Godhead. And we cannot be complacent here. We have to do anything and everything for myself to make advancement. Right now, advancement is very difficult because we're not following the prescribed method that Srila Prabhupada has given us, or we are finding it difficult to follow it. But we know it's like when you go see a doctor, the doctor will prescribe you a certain medicine, but the medicine for all of us is the same. It's not that my medicine is different than yours as a Grihasta. My medicine is the same. I have to get up early. I have to please Guru, number one. I have to please Krishna. So, pleasing Krishna, pleasing the Guru means accepting, following the instructions coming from them. Along with chanting of the holy name, we should read. And one may say, I don't have taste for reading, I don't have taste for chanting. This will come when you start reading, when you start chanting. Chanting is very difficult. The Prabhupada says chanting is easy, but chanting attentively is very difficult. Reading also, how many times you fall asleep, doesn't go inside. But we have to keep reading and reading and reading. And then eventually we'll have the taste. It doesn't happen overnight, this taste. But especially when we associate with the devotees, we get strength, we get determination. So it is healthy to, even if you have like a friend, one devotee friend, you can invite each other. Let's read together. It doesn't have to be a big group, yeah? Or the family, if they have any children, have 10, 15 minutes of chanting and reading every day. That's more than enough because everyone is busy. If you have like 10, 15 minutes of kirtan and reading like Krishna book, take turns. Even kids, they can read now, right? So, okay, 2 minutes you read, 2 minutes the husband, 2 minutes the wife. That is association. Then eventually it grows. It grows. Hear Prabhupada's lectures every day, wherever you go. I mean, there are so many YouTube channels about Prabhupada's lectures. Now available also a database. It's available also in in the internet. But you be careful though, because internet can be very dangerous because of so many social media, so many fake news, even amongst devotees. Don't get carried away what's going on with some controversies and so much, unless you're very strong. And even if you are strong, you'll get carried away by these nonsense things. Yeah, you be very, very careful. So yes, Prabhupada says, along with chanting of the holy name, one should read my books. This is part of the diet. We're all materially diseased, and the only solution is spiritual. It's for everyone. The treatment is for everyone. Yeah. You want to say something?
Yes, Maharaj. I was about to ask about humility. Something about humility.
Mm-hmm.
I recall years ago, one Mataji asked me, you know, you should go out and do something like uh, street Sankirtan.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I know myself, I cannot do Sankirtan. Maybe college preaching, I can, but one-on-one
Yeah.
distribution, I cannot. And she said, you know, that's false humility. I said, I'm not qualified. I don't have the qualification. But
Mm-mm.
that's still false humility. So you mentioned a while ago about humility. So
Yeah.
how can we humble and how can
Well,
we true humble
well,
real sense of humility?
when you want to tell others, if you have without compassion, you will not want to tell others about Krishna. So compassion and humility, they're kind of like brothers and sisters when you go out preaching. Prabhupada says we should be proud to be a devotee, but not proud in a devotee that you keep Krishna within yourself. If you're proud to be a devotee, then help others also to become a devotee. That is humility. You are proud, but at the same time, you're humble. So, humility cannot be artificial. To speak here with you, I have to be humble also. And I have to practice what I say. I cannot be like armchair philosopher here and just telling you what I've realized and what I've heard. Uh, Without humility, I cannot speak with you. That is not being proud that I'm here and telling you about Krishna, but I feel that there is a need also to share what I know, what I've learned. So in this way, your life also will become auspicious, and I hope that also you will tell this to others whom you care or you meet. That's why it is good to have always Prabhupada's books with you, small books. If you meet a person, like say going to Robinson or going to the supermarket, you sense that that person is a nice person. You can tell that person about Prabhupada's books. So that is humility to tell others because you know that there is a need for them to know Krishna. Otherwise, they don't have any, even if they don't have that interest to know Krishna, but the devotee will be so humble and so compassionate that they will offer Krishna to them. But you must be equipped. Have some books with you all the time, like small books, yeah, or some pamphlets. It's free. I think Nam Sankirtan Prabhu, he always send these books or pamphlets to the Philippines. Always be ready. That oh no, I missed the chance. I wish I had books with me. Yes, but if you have books with you all the time, if they say no, that's fine. But if they say yes, that will make your day. So we don't have any qualification. Prabhupada says, just repeat what you've heard. Just repeat what you've read from Srila Prabhupada's books. So that is good enough. We may not be perfect, but what we're giving is perfect. So that makes it perfect. But just be a mailman, not taking or opening the envelope and seeing what's inside and see if there's any dollars inside or something. Or don't put more what's inside. Keep intact the message. We're just like messengers. Every day when we wake up, we should pray, "Oh Krishna, please help me become an instrument in serving you in the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada and my Guru Maharaj. Did you hear that? Every day, as soon as you wake up, well, we pray to our spiritual master over obeisances, to Srila Prabhupada, to the Panchatattva, chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and then immediately utter this prayer. Oh Lord Krishna, I know I am unqualified, but please make me an instrument in service of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission and Srila Prabhupada to please my Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much. And you will see your day will be special. If this is your meditation, and in the night before you take rest, thank you very much, Lord Krishna, for making me an insignificant instrument. Whatever I did to help the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada, and pleasing my Guru Maharaj, thank you very much. If this is your meditation every day, and before you chant the holy name of the Lord, oh Lord Krishna, please purify my heart and free me from all the offenses while chanting your holy name. Then you start your chanting. It gives you a certain mindset. What's your meditation? Prayers are very, very powerful. I was just I was just reading on the way here. Bhakta Mike was driving this skyway or something, right? There is a big sign. Please talk to me, God. Did you see that sign? It's a black sign, right? Yeah, black billboard says, "Please talk to me," and then God. It's very powerful. Yeah, we can talk to God. We can talk to Krishna. Then someday He will also talk to us, talk back to us, according to our purity, according to our maturity. Yes. But even though right now, seemingly that he's not talking back to us, we still keep talking to him. It's like that billboard. You've seen that billboard? Huh? A big billboard, isn't it? Okay, any other points? Matajis? 1 point, 2 points. No, 2 points now for the Matajis. Any other questions? Yes. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj, I only got two questions.
Only two?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay, that's more than
The
enough.
first question is just like yesterday. Can I use again my script? Can I use again my script for my prepared question?
What is the question?
It's in my script. Can I use my script?
Okay.
Because, when I can,
Prepared script.
pag ginabahan ko kasi ako, Maharaj, nakakalimutan ko.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
And before diving into my question, Maharaj, I would first like to honor and sincerely acknowledge your coming here to the Philippines. Especially at this very divine timing just before the year 2026 begins. My name again is Vince and I humbly share that I am aspiring to become your servant. Maharaj, I feel in my heart that I love Lord Krishna and I sincerely believe that true peace will come through Bhakti Yoga and serving Him with love and devotion. Yet I struggle to understand what is stopping me from practicing Bhakti steadily and sincerely. Instead of seeing improvement, I feel that my spiritual practices are weakening and even decreasing. I sense that my mind is very unsteady and because of this, I do not experience peace or taste in my devotional service. At times, I also strongly desire to have a direct and personal experience of God, not just theoretical understanding. But I do not know whether this desire is helping me or distracting me from pure bhakti.
Hmm.
Maharaj, I humbly seek your guidance. What is the best thing to do when one feels love for Krishna but lacks steadiness and inner transformation in devotional practice? How can I purify my mind, remain fixed in Bhakti Yoga, and gradually attain genuine devotion, peace, and realization of the Lord? Thank you very much.
But I think I already answered all of those questions here. It's already answered, no? You have to be convinced, you have to be determined, you have to surrender, you have to chant your rounds, you have to take prasadam. Joy. Yeah. More purification, more prasad. Govardhan Hill prasad. Associate with the devotees. See, this is like a complete package. You cannot say, I only accept this part and I don't like the other part. No, 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 no. No. You have to, this is like the prescription given to us by Srila Prabhupada. So we cannot just say, oh, I only like this part of the Bhagavad Gita and I don't like this portion of the Bhagavad Gita. No, 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 no. It cannot be like that. So it's a complete package. Whatever we spoke today, I hope it'll be able to rekindle your enthusiasm or improve more your bhakti. When I'm speaking, I would like to help the listener to be more serious. Yeah, if you're already serious, but more serious. In Braj, I was talking about community development. So that's a different kind of subject, but we touched a little bit about this also. So I hope that individually, when we all live to here from here, that there you have like a take away message. You knew all of this before. There's nothing new that I'm saying here. I'm just repeating what Srila Prabhupada says and what my Guru Maharaj says. We don't invent anything new here. Okay, so it's up to you now. If I see you again next year, hopefully there is a lot of improvement. Pa, bagong taon ay magbago. Upang, ano sa? Lumigaya. Ha? Tayo magsikap. And? So that is a song. That is devotee song, actually. Yes? So please do it. Prabhupada says, eventually we have to fly our own kite. What's that mean? We have to do it ourselves. No one else can do it except ourselves. I cannot chant your rounds. You have to chant your own rounds. It's like Nalu. Nalu was when we were here. I was chanting the whole time. So he asked me, Maharaj, why you always chanting? So I chant because I want to be happy. Chant and be happy. Right? So even the child is noticing, Maharaj, why always chanting? So keep chanting, always chant. Yeah? If you keep chanting, Maya will not touch you. Maya will want to touch you, but you will be protected. In any case, even if it is inattentive chanting, keep chanting. Eventually, if your purpose is to be attentive, no offenses, it will come. But don't say, "Oh, I'm making offenses while I'm chanting, so therefore I should not chant." Then you will not come to pure chanting. Okay? All right. 2-2. So I will stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Gaur Sutana Pramanande. Hari Bol. Many devotees are listening from India. Hare Krishna. So we end up here now. Hari Om Tat Sat. Dhanyavad.